softball field at Whitehall Elementary for the exciting beginning of the Upper Perkiomen and the Norristown Area High School Eagles. The Eagles are the home team here today, which was indicated by my saying where we were, so making that really redundant. But most importantly, it's a beautiful day here for softball, and with me is broadcast partner, good friend, and great overall man and Earth space science guru, Steve Willis. Steve, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, Mr. Fazioni. How are you doing?
Can't complain. It's a beautiful day for softball. Tell us a little bit about the weather as we get here under the first.
Yeah, clear skies today. High temperatures in the 80s. The wind is blowing in from center field, so that should keep the ball in the park for us. On the mound for us is Taylor. That pitch is a little bit high. We got a runner from Upper Perk stealing third on that high pitch.
All right, so we got runner, and we are, underway. Here's the pitch, just a bit outside. Taking a big lead off of second, coming back. We have a ball sharply hit down the third base line, but it looks just foul. Got number 13, Banner on second base. So runners in scoring position here in the early going. Ball's hit, a pop-up caught by number 4, Aaliyah Fisher, with the put out there at second. Showing a lot of respect for playing a big shift, Mr. Willis.
Yeah, definitely playing a big shift over towards left field. Respecting the power here, I guess, of Upper Perk. All these right-handers coming up to the plate. I think they're expecting to pull it. Pitch in, pulled, foul ball.
When we were observing the pregame warm-ups, we saw that they were knocking them around a little bit. So they have some power on that team. They're 7-1 on merit. So this could be a tough game here for the Eagles.
And talking to the kids today, steal third. She is safe. That's Banner stealing third base, inching closer to scoring their first run of the game. And talking to the kids today at school, a lot of the Norristown Eagles were hopeful that today would be a great game for them and they will play really, really well and be competitive in this matchup.
Again, just a bit outside. Still nothing here in the first inning. A little bit high there. Could not pick a better day for a softball game here than this. Beautiful, like 72 degrees, sunny, perfect weather. Here's the pitch. Hit sharply down the third baseline again, but foul. Having no problem making contact, but a little bit of problem with some bat control.
Yeah, so far Upper Perk is having a hard time keeping this ball in play. They have made great contact. But I would say the Norristown Eagles defense looks like it's ready to pounce on a ball that is hit in play. Here's the pitch. Driven sharply towards left field, in the gap of left field. Fielding is Marissa Dell, firing it back into play. It's a double.
All right, Upper Perk takes the early 1-0 lead on a strong double. Still no outs here in the first. Runner on second. Check swing. What did the umpire say? Yeah, strike. 0-1 count. Pitch by Taylor. Hit high. Number 8, Marissa Dell with the putout. That's going to bring up 1 out here in the top of the first. 2 outs. A little bit of breeze here, Willis, but it looks like it's coming in.
Yeah, that breeze definitely blowing in from right center field. First pitch against his batter, it's high, ball 1. But hopefully this breeze is going to be to the benefit of Norristown as they get an opportunity to keep these balls in play. Next pitch coming up. Looking into the catcher. Nice pitch on the inside. 2 strikes. Correction, 1 ball, 1 strike.
On the one hand, we have a great vantage point out here in center field, but on the other hand, we're way out here in center field, and Steve, neither of us is getting any younger with the eyesight.
That's a valid point. Thank God I have my glasses on today. I should have brought my binoculars with me.
Ball is hit, but out of play. Going to bring up a 1-2 count. Umpire calls play. Taylor with the pitch, a 1-2 count. A little bit low, and a passed ball or wild pitch. We'll see what they call that.
Runner.
How about that? Was that a wild? Did that look like a wild pitch, or was that? I don't know. It's tough sometimes to differentiate between catcher error and like pitcher. That was a little bit low.
Oh, this ball is driven towards center field. She's charging in. Nice catch, saving that run. Hendricks with the putout. That is a run-saving catch. Top of the first is done. Upper Perk scoring just 1 run on 2 hits. Nice job of Taylor trying to maintain her composure and keeping this early, powerful team of Upper Perk contained with only 1 run. Runners in scoring position twice in that one, Mr. Fazioni, right? That's true.
Yeah, runners in scoring position twice, and they really did a nice job, the Eagles' defense there, and Taylor's pitching in particular, in kind of quelling what could have been a really bad inning. The Eagles have had some rough spots this year in terms of having, when the runs happen, they tends to open the floodgates, and the team could really get demoralized. So that's one of the things about a young team like Norristown, is keeping the morale up, still trying to build the program and just keep everybody's spirits up. But when you're giving up 8 or 9 runs, and it all comes at once, that can be really, really difficult to be able to come back from something like that.
Yeah, I agree, Dave. It was a good job in that first inning of the team as a whole. You could hear a lot of chatter out there, making sure that they're all aware of what's happening next, where to go with the throw from the outfield if it's on the ground or in the air. That play by Dell over in left field was nice. He checked and made sure the runner couldn't advance on that play. Just smart softball overall in that first inning. So let's see what Norristown can do coming up here in the bottom of the first. Maybe get these bats on fire, get an early lead, and put some pressure on Upper Perk.
We have a couple fans in attendance here today. Some people sitting outside on the grass. Some people sitting outside. We got the bleacher accommodations. We got a new kind of fence put up, so nice accommodations here at Norristown's Whitehall Field. And it's like I said, it is a beautiful day. We have Mr. Mike Kinsey on camera for NASD TV, filming on Comcast and Verizon. Please check out the YouTube archives to keep abreast of all of the things that are happening here at Norristown Area High School and the Norristown Area High School community. Just make sure everybody knows what's going on, and at all times we have a lot of NASD TV, great original programming for you to check out. The first pitch there is a little bit high. That one's right down the middle. A 1-1 count. Ball is hit just out of play there.
In the circle today for Upper Perk is Kylene Gooch, throwing these first couple pitches in there for Upper Perk. She winds, she throws. That ball's in the dirt.
Number 26, Bailey Hendricks back in to take another cut. Nice, sharply hit to the shortstop, but a put out right there.
Sort of good contact there, though. That was really good contact.
Yes.
The ball just happened to find the shortstop there.
One down for the Eagles.
Stepping the circle again is Gooch.
Right down the middle of the plate, showing some good velocity on that one.
Yeah, certainly that one had intentions of really being a good fastball in there. Mr. Fazioni, we were here earlier for that ball's popped up, third base line. It falls foul. We were here for a little bit of batting practice for the Eagles, and they were making some pretty good contact and getting some pretty good rips in there. So they have intentions here of, throughout this game. It seems to be keeping this ball in play and making sure that they are making solid contact and finding these gaps. So hopefully this happens here. Our second batsman is our pitcher. So let's see what she can do here for us. Big swing. Strike 3. It's a big cut there. She was ready to go. Coming up to the plate.
Pitch is a little bit low. Johnson hanging in there. But again, a little bit low. Wise not to swing at that one. That one right there, right down the middle. 1-1 count. Wind is really picking up here.
Still blowing in from center field. Second strike of this at bat. Gooch seems to be settling down here a little bit, Dave. What do you think?
Definitely settling down. The Eagles are taking some cuts, but that one just got past her. And strike 3.
Yeah, sharp way to end the inning there. Gooch looked a little bit unsteady in her first at bat or her first batter, but those last two certainly looked like he settled down, got the ball moving across the plate at pretty good velocity, and seen the handcuff the Eagles batters there.
Absolutely. She just blew it by her for that one, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough facing a pitcher like that, especially now that she seems to have, as you said, Steve, found a little bit of control. So the Eagles take the field here at the top of the second. Upper Perk holds a 1-0 lead here at Whitehall Elementary, and you are watching NASD TV here, the softball game. Norristown Area Eagles home against Upper Perkiomen. The Eagles throw the ball around, getting some warm-up at the top of the second. It'll take some time, and just to remind you of all the great original programming here on NASD TV and the YouTube archives. You can watch the NASD TV archives and check out all of the things that happened, not only are happening now, but also all of the school's games and concerts and musicals and all of the great things from Norristown Area High School archives and history. You could check out a lot of that stuff. Check it out on YouTube, the NASD TV archives, and check out NASD TV. You can follow NASD TV on Twitter and Instagram as well, just to keep track of what's going on here at Norristown Area High School and the Norristown Area High School community.
Yeah, Dave, I have to say, Mr. Doyle and his crew at the Comm Center do a great job of keeping everything that is great about Norristown up for everyone to see. Like you said, the archives are phenomenal, going back in time and look at some of those great games that make Norristown who we are and what we are. Back in the circle for Norristown is Taylor. She's going to wind here and fire first pitch a little bit high and inside. Upper Perk, I'm sure, is going to look to try and build on that 1-run lead they currently have. They have 2 doubles, I believe it was, right, Dave, in the first inning? So they're going to try and build on that. They were making some pretty good contact, pulled a couple balls foul on that left field line. Makes contact there, but it is foul. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, 1-1 count here. And hopefully we can settle it down, and so Upper Perk isn't getting some of those shots that they got in the first inning. As you said, there's a couple doubles and ultimately that run. The pitch is just a bit outside. We have a 2-1 count here at the top of the second. Here is the windup and the pitch. A little bit high, 3-1.
Taylor seems to be struggling a little bit with her control here. What has been hittable has been hit. Pretty solid by Upper Perk. 3-1 pitch here. Upper Perk holds up. She lets her bring that one in right down the middle. That makes it a 3-2 count.
I have to tell you, I mean, I get where they're coming from with not swinging at that. However, that was very hittable. 3-2 count, and that one's just a bit high.
All right, Upper Perk with a runner on first. After that walk, going to a full count there. She did battle back in that at bat. Again, another righty coming up here for Upper Perk. First pitch, she swings hard. That is down the left field line, and it is foul.
Can be a little difficult to play balls that like down the left field line. There seems to be like a slight incline, so it could be, you got to watch yourself with just being able to track down some of those some of the balls along the foul line. Tipped back, it's an 0-2 count. Wind gusting again here. The Eagles call timeout, and they're coming in to have a little conference on the mound.
One more time, this breeze seems to be kicking up, but right now it seems to be blowing more out of right field. Dave, what do you think? It's starting to blow across the field at this point in time, which may continue to blow some of those balls if they're up in the air towards our left fielder, Marissa Dell, and even out of play over there. I definitely agree. The left field line over there is definitely a contour going up that hill there. So our left fielders are going to have to be pretty sharp, make sure they're okay. And I think over here in right field, is that Isabel Rivera? Yeah, so she has to be cognizant of that the decline on that side to make sure that she's safe. Back to action here. 2 strikes is the count. She winds, she deals. That's contact. But again, that is foul.
Both teams getting their cuts in, but both teams are they're just not putting the ball in play. So no outs here at the top of the second. We got a runner on first. Ball is, nice play by Fisher there. Throws a little bit high, but otherwise she almost got the runner being a little bit overly aggressive. Nice play by Aaliyah Fisher. Fisher's cheating over hard toward the first base side at second. So she's really playing that gap there, but as you can see from her speed, she has no problem covering if the ball's hit up the middle. There's the contour again on the third base side. Ball is just foul.
I have to say, Taylor in that last at bat just really battled her way back after giving up that first batter, that walk. Seems to be settled down a little bit, getting her pitches in there, and is challenging these batters from Upper Perk to really try to make some good contact. They seem to be a little bit out in front, pulling them down the left field line. That one's in there. That's a ball. From our advantage point out here in center field, that looked good to me.
That looked good to me too. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to like insult the umpires here a little bit, but that one looked good to me.
Based on our previous statement though about our old eyes, maybe he has a better view than we do.
Yeah, he just might. I mean, going out on a limb here, he's a little bit closer than we are.
Runner on first, one out. Grounded back to the pitcher. She goes to second. A little bit of confusion there on who was going to cover that one between the shortstop and the second baseman, and that results in now a runner on second and a runner on first.
Yeah, that's definitely an error there. A little bit of mixed signals about who was going to field the throw. So definitely on the scorekeeper's guide, we're putting that one down as an error for the Eagles.
Good job by Taylor in the circle there, getting the ground ball, just not getting the support in the back end of that one. Hopefully they can turn a double play here, get out of this inning without too much damage being done.
They got Upper Perk has runners on first and second and one out, so we will see how Taylor and the Eagles get out of this one. Here's the pitch. A little bit high. I was watching this episode of ESPN Sports Science, and they were breaking down how difficult it is to hit a softball. And it's like they said, like while hitting a baseball is one of the most difficult acts to do in sports, because of the trajectory of hitting a softball, it's actually, they explain the physics behind it, it's more difficult.
Much more difficult to hit a softball. This is the way that ball comes off the pitcher's hand, and just the rising of the ball makes it very, very difficult with it, whereas baseball is generally sinking. You can get an uppercut on it, and you can get a good ride on the ball, but hitting a softball is definitely tough. Speaking of hit, unfortunately that last pitch was a little bit inside and actually got the batter, so we now have a bases loaded, one out situation after a catching error at second base, and we are now in a situation where we have a bases loaded situation for the Eagles to get out of here. She's going to deal this one in here a little bit high. And I will say the runners from Upper Perk were ready to move on that one. They are being aggressive.
They certainly are being aggressive here. And, just out of reach. Several runs are going to score here. 2 runs going to score here. And Upper Perk still has runners on first and second and a 3-0 lead. Almost a spectacular catch by Johnson at shortstop. However, it was just out of reach. She jumped for it but couldn't quite get it. That would have been a truly spectacular highlight.
Truly, that would have been a great highlight for the Eagles here. That would have definitely got us into a situation where runner advancing, they fake the bunt. Runners advance to second and third on that one.
You don't see that every day. I mean, I think that's all I could really say about that. You don't see that every day.
Runners back in scoring position.
Yeah.
Upper Perk is not going to show any kind of laying off here. They are putting runners in scoring position, and they are aggressive to score these runs here in the top of the second inning. There's a strike. That one got in there just on the outside of the plate, it looks like.
It's funny because that last one, where we looked at it, that last one was a strike, but that one was a ball.
So maybe our eyes aren't that bad.
Maybe they're not that bad. That might have been a makeup on that one.
That one was just a bit outside. Earlier, Dave, you were talking about where Norristown has had in the past couple games this situations where they hurt themselves, right? Letting these big innings happen.
A couple big innings, yep.
Yeah.
You get demoralized when a couple of those big innings happen, and then you just kind of like, then what starts out as a 3-run inning turns into a 6-run inning.
Yeah. Well, here's a situation where we had a runner on first, and then we came back and got the next batter after a good battle.
Yep.
So we were at 1 out, and then a throwing error, and now we're in a situation where this is a walk. So now we're back to bases loaded. Really hoping at this point in time that Norristown can try and rein this in and get out of this inning. Taylor taking off the mask. I don't know if that was bothering her, if there was impacting her vision. Step back in the circle, a little bit of confidence here. She's in a situation here where she's going to have to get a ground ball and try and turn two here. Upper Perk has already played 2 runs this inning to go up 3-0. You hear the outfielders suggesting that 4 than 1. So they're looking for this idea of a double play, get out of this inning as quickly as possible. A ball hit deep here will score another run. That one bounces in there. I'm starting to get a little wind gusts here out of right field now too.
Yeah, a little bit gusty here, and Taylor's in a little bit of trouble with the 2-0 count. Hit high. Runner's going to tag. Runner's going to score. But mitigating the damage somewhat is number 8, Marissa Dell, out in left field. Eagles down now 4-0 here in the top of the second, but that could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, going back to what we were saying before, the idea of trying to mitigate and manage some of those errors. So that out by Dell in left field and that nice throw towards home plate to mitigate the opportunity for an extra run there was really important. Third baseman, I think, was covering over there. Did a nice job of holding the runner there so this didn't get out of control.
I actually thought for a second that she was going to go for it with, it wasn't a wild pitch, but the kind of like almost passed ball. I thought that the Upper Perk runner on third was going to go for it there, but wisely showed some restraint.
That pitch also in the dirt. Our catcher here has been active, trying to keep these balls in front of her. She seems to be having a very, very busy day, trying to keep what seems to be a little bit of control issue right now for Taylor in the circle in front of her. Ball hit sharply towards third base. And we're out of the inning. Well done to get out of that inning. Giving up 3 runs at the top of the second there. That could have been a lot worse. Twice Upper Perk had bases loaded in that situation.
That should have been a lot worse, but some good play by the Eagles, particularly on the defensive side, really stopped that. I mean, had 7 or 8 runs been scored that inning, that would not have been absurd. But Norristown's defense came through, holding it to 3.
Yeah, I mean, this is a situation where they can hang their hats on that one and be pretty proud of getting out of that inning. Taylor battling in the circle for Norristown, and the good put out by Dell in left field. A great play there to end the inning. I think this is a situation where they can get a couple of runs here. They're right back in this, and again, putting that pressure on Upper Perk. I mean, Upper Perk is in the district ranked in the 5A schools as a 3 or a 4. I think they are ranked currently in the power rankings. Norristown, with their struggles throughout the year in the 6A schools, is ranked pretty low, but they're battling here. You know, they're showing that they have no quit in them, which is awesome to see out here.
So Norristown coming in at the bottom of the second, down 4-0, but we'll see if the Eagles' bats here can come alive. We have the heart of the order coming up. Again, the winds have now died down, and Mr. Willis, who teaches Earth space science, and Earth is part of the Earth space. So, like, these winds, I don't know if they've really played all that much a factor in the game, or we're just finding things to talk about here on a beautiful sunny day. It's 72 degrees. I don't know. I mean, it's windy, but like we haven't seen home runs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the ball certainly is not being carried out of here by these winds. I think we're just enjoying the opportunity to take in some Norristown Eagle softball. Enjoy the hard work of our scholastic athletes out here. You and I both know a lot of these athletes personally in the classroom. And it's a joy to get here and see what's happening. That pitch is outside. Nice job with the catcher there from Upper Perk to keep that ball in play. Gooch back in the circle. Early, her first batter in the first inning was a little bit crazy, right? There was a little bit of of control issues as she settled down. This one seems to be a little off here as well.
Not settled. This is definitely not settled down. Her pitches here are all over the place. Okay, I have to say something. So that was outside, right? Like I'm sitting here in center field. That one was outside.
There's contact. This is a foul.
Fouling out of play.
Dave, I would have to agree with you. From our vantage point out here in center field, I'm getting a little confused as to what is a strike.
It's a floating strike zone.
Yeah. That ball is struck solidly. Center fielder trying to get underneath of it. She drifts to her right, puts that out.
Yep. Good contact on the play, however. The end result is an out. We are in the top of the first here. Top of the bottom. I got everything about that wrong. We are in the bottom of the second. Like, there were 4 things that I could have said, and all of them were wrong except what I just said. It is the bottom of the second. We are down 4-0, but we're looking to get back in this thing, and it's 72 degrees, and I'm with Steve Willis, and I'm Dave Fazioni. Listen, the last 4 things I got right.
You nailed that part. Up at the plate right now is Maya Humphreys, a senior here at Norristown Area High School, looking to get some solid contact. The contact that Norristown has made has been solid. Maya trying to truck it down that first base line, reaches out there. She is put out. That was a good effort by Maya.
Yeah.
I apologize. That was not Maya Humphreys. That was Morse trucking down the first base line there, trying to leg that one out for us.
So now we have up Aaliyah Fisher is now up in the batter's box. She makes contact 2. Out of play. And now there's no wind. What's up with that?
But I'm not going to lie to you, there's a building behind us that may be blocking some of these breezes.
Is this how Earth space works? Like, sometimes it'll just be windy and then sometimes not?
That is true. The atmosphere is very dynamic. It does change from time to time. So if you want a consistent wind, we would have to get the isobars to be a lot closer together. If you want a full lesson, I can break it down for you.
A lesson would probably be instructive, given how anxious I've become by the wind. Nice cut there by Fisher, but just missed. Yeah, we now have some more fans in the stands here at Norristown Area High School. Well, the Whitehall field at Norristown Area High School. That one's a little bit low.
Gooch seems to have gotten her control back again, and is really making it hard on our batters here. She's going outside, inside, low, and she's getting a rise ball going, it looks like, as well, making it pretty difficult for Norristown to stay on the ball. But they are taking some pretty big cuts, and if they make contact and find a gap, I'm thinking they can get multiple bases out of that.
There goes the control again.
Yeah, this is, I gave her a compliment for the control. I gave her the jinx. Yeah.
Both pitchers having some control issues here in the early going. But Upper Perk still, big cut there. And that will end the inning.
3rd strikeout in the first 2 innings. So Gooch, while she's having some struggles with that control, is finding it at the right times.
The grass looks particularly beautiful here. I don't know what they've done, but it's got a fresh, it's freshly mowed, and very few weeds. It looks really nice. Combination of Kentucky bluegrass and some fescues. Looks really nice. Elegant emerald green. Beautiful day here for softball. You're watching NASD TV. I'm Dave Fazioni. My broadcast partner is Steve Willis. We have Kinsey and Doyle on the camera. So with a team like that, you can't lose. And you also can't lose if you were to check out NASD TV archives. All of the great programming from the past, the present, and dare I say the future. Well, not saying that you could watch it now and it would be then. Wait, no. You could watch it now and it could be then, but you couldn't watch it now and it will be soon.
Past and present, I think you're pretty good. The future part may have been a little bit overzealous. Yeah, I don't think you can watch like the next softball game now. That would be really hard to do. If we did that, we would have to probably talk. There'd be some issues with that.
Earth, space, and space-time.
Yeah, that's the space not even coming out. Yeah, betting of the space-time continuum is not good. You don't want to do that.
We must have watched Interstellar too many times. Christopher Nolan wrote the script to this softball game here.
Back in the circle. Taylor back in the circle here for the Norristown Eagles, ready to fire at the top of his third inning. First pitch, a little bit high. Taylor doesn't seem to be a power pitcher. She seems to be more of a finesse pitcher trying to find her spots. Second pitch popped up towards second base. Fisher with the putout. That was another good play by her. She's able to range from her left into her right pretty quickly.
Yeah, like I was saying, I mean, this is very different, I think, from another. I don't know if this is a difference in terms of the way that softball strategy and baseball strategy work, but I notice Fisher way over towards the first base side. I guess confident in her range and speed that should stuff come up the middle, she's going to be able to handle it.
Yeah, I agree. It also seems as though I think we've been through the order at least once now for Upper Perk. There are a ton of right-handers, so they're probably anticipating that they're going to pull this ball a little bit more. But Fisher has been there. The two times that she was called upon, she's definitely been there to make those putouts.
So we have one down here at the top of the third. Taylor with the windup, and here's the pitch, and it is grounded down the third base side, just foul. One out, Upper Perk up. Here's the pitch. Okay.
It's a strike. He called it a strike. We're going to have to take it.
It's a strike. There's that floating strike zone again.
Yeah, perhaps the netting in front of us is impacting our view.
It is popped up. It is in play. It is dropped. Was it in play?
It's called fair.
They called it fair. That was very close.
It's hard to see from our angle.
Unlike the balls and strikes, that was actually difficult to see. All right, so there's one out. They're going to probably call an error on that play in the official scorebook. Upper Perk with a 4-0 lead. One down. One on first. Here comes the pitch. A little bit high. The leads that they're taking off of first and second when Upper Perk, these are some crazy leads.
Yeah, Upper Perk is definitely, their base running is very, very aggressive. As soon as Taylor winds and starts to deal that pitch, they are often moving, and that ball is popped up towards center field, charging in, diving, keeps the ball in front of her. That's actually a great job to keep that ball in front of her, limiting the runners to only first and second.
Hendricks got a good jump on the ball. She made an aggressive play. She dove for it, but couldn't quite get there. But as you said, Willis made a fantastic play, keeping the ball in front of her and eliminating what would have been possibly an inside the park home run. So we have runners now on first and second with one out. Here we go. Ball is hit. Fisher's got to play. looks like a. Is that? They're. Oh wow! A double play. Boy, oh boy! Sometimes stuff takes a while, and it's got to just kind of sit there, and people have to think about it. Like, did it happen or didn't it happen? That's like kind of seeing the next softball game. That one was one of those instances. The umpires. It seemed like 25 minutes, but it couldn't have been because it just happened. But it seemed like it took a really long time for that decision to be made. But when it finally was, it was indeed the right one. Double play, great play by Fisher. She got a great jump on the ball. Fantastic stuff. Ending the third.
Yeah, great job. Great job by Fisher there to make sure that we are heading into the bottom of the third inning here. And Norristown got out of the inning unscathed, right? That was...
Yeah.
They came in down 4 runs or... Still down 4. They have an opportunity here if they just get these bats going here, find some gaps. They've had some sharply hit balls. They've always seemed to find a player from Upper Perk. If we can get some contact here, get some base runners, they have a chance here. I think they have a good opportunity here in this inning to try and make something happen. Build on that momentum right there that Fisher just kind of sparked for us.
That was proof enough that whatever shift it is that they're running works. Because she was like right there to make the play, and also to ensure that she'd be able to get the double play on that.
She literally accounted for all 3 outs, or a part of all
yes.
3 outs in that inning.
Here we are at the bottom of the third. This one's taken a while to get going here. This is a long inning break.
But to our earlier point, the aggressive base running from Upper Perk actually worked against them there. Because Fisher was able to get that catch and fire in behind the runner on first base and get that put out.
Yeah, those lengthy leads and huge jumps, they're getting work when the ball is hit to where one of Norristown's players isn't. However, when the opposite is true, it's not good. Again, an inordinately long break between the innings, but here we are. Foul tip. Here we go. Bottom of the third. Norristown down 4-0. Ball is hit to center. It is going to drop in for a base hit. That is number 8, Marissa Dell there with the... is that the Eagles' first hit?
That's our first hit. That is our first hit. Bloop single, dead center. Dropped right in front of the center fielder here. Coming up to the plate is our first left-hander we've seen all day, really, right? Either team. No,
first one.
Let's see what Norristown can do here. Again, these winds dying down. Here's a good opportunity for us to ball throw in behind Dell. She's taking that aggressive lead. Yeah, so she's taking the opportunity, a page out of Upper Perk's book here, looking for that contact and ready to roll. Being down 4-0 there, that might be the tactic to go with. That ball is struck, but it is pulled foul on the first base line.
Yeah, you want to watch that there because if you take too large a lead, you're going to get picked off. Nice pitch there, blew it right by her. Ball is hit down the throw to second. Not enough time to turn to double play.
She was called safe. She was called safe for the second base umpire. There must have been no tag there, or she didn't have control of the ball. I'm not sure what that was, but we have runners, ladies and gentlemen, on second and first. We got something building here, Dave. Contact. That drops. One. Ladies and gentlemen, so there was contact there. That was a bloop to the shortstop. She tries to shuffle it over to the second baseman, mishandles the pitch. So we are in a situation right now, no outs.
No out.
Bases loaded. The big inning is on. Here we go. Norristown has 3 hits.
That play couldn't have gone worse.
For Upper Perk.
For Upper Perk, yes. Hit up the middle.
Out at second.
Out at second. Okay. We're just going to go with out at second. But Norristown scores a run. And it's 4-1. That's a good thing.
One out?
One out. And again, I don't want to say it. I'm not going to say it. It didn't look like she was. I said it. It didn't look like she was. It was close. It was a close call. Runners on first and third. One out. Here we go. Nice pitch there. Right down the middle. Strike one. My broadcast partner, Steve Willis, just brought it to my attention that there is a major shift going on. And, runner trying to steal. Safe, stole home, out at second. Double steal.
Wow, Norristown being very aggressive, going with a double steal. Out at second, but safe at home. They're pulling out all the stops here, showing just how much heart they really have. This is great to watch.
That was some great base running there. I wasn't expecting that. Out at second, but then stealing home. Nicely done. 2 outs. Nobody on, but Norristown's making a comeback. Ends the inning, but the damage is done. Norristown strikes back.
Norristown cutting the lead in half. 4-2 after an aggressive bottom of the third inning here, making this a game. And we've been saying all along, if they put a little bit of pressure on Upper Perk here, this can get really interesting really, really fast. Let's see if Taylor comes out to the circle again and see if she can get that control going and try and set us up for a situation here where we can build on that 2-run third inning. And Dave, I have to point back to that play by Fisher at the end, at the top of the third.
That was a fantastic play to end that inning at the top of the third. It really kind of set the tone for the sort of hustle we've seen here today from the Eagles. And also, ending that inning, coming out, Norristown had some momentum going and some aggressive base running. It wasn't like this great display of power that we expected we would see from these gusty winds, like blowing 60, 70 miles an hour, ever fast. Or winds even fast.
Yes, winds are fast, and we had not hit 70 miles per hour. That's like gale force.
Yeah,
we wouldn't be out here.
Not 70.
Maybe 7 or 8.
7 or 8 miles. Maybe 10.
Okay, I'll give you 10, but there certainly has not been 70.
No. Yeah. It's not 70. I know that. I think I know. But here's the deal. I gotta get a new. What's it? What's that word? That's the word of the day.
Anemometer?
Wind speed? Okay. But you wouldn't refer to it as a fast wind. You would refer to it like gusty or like. You wouldn't even refer to it like that's a speedy wind.
Gusty. I will go with gusty.
Gusty. Here's some other gusts coming, but back to the game. It's a good one here, and given the respective records of both teams, Upper Perk coming in at 7-1 and Norristown at 1-7, we would not have expected the game to be this close and this hard fought. But here at the top of the fourth, we would have been wrong because this is a great game.
Certainly is a great game. Norristown is battling hard. Taylor back in the circle one more time. Let's see how she does with this control here. She's been going high, and she continues to go high. First pitch. Tempting, really just tempting the Upper Perk batters to take a hack at that. They haven't bit yet, but she has had some opportunities on the outside of the plate there to try and get that strike, which we've questioned a couple times.
They're definitely showing some discipline there at bat, but that discipline that they've showed at bat has been offset by some lack of discipline in the field. They made a couple key mistakes in the third that led to that bottom of the third that led to some Norristown runs. Pop up.
Back to the pitcher.
Put out.
Confident by Taylor. That was just calm and easy on that one. Guess one. Let's see if Taylor here can keep this going here. Norristown, I have to say, is looking really, really good today.
Norristown's playing a nice game, and keeping it to 4, or keeping it to 3 runs in that inning where it could have been a lot worse is a key testament to just how well they're playing. And that was called a ball. I don't know what. Okay.
Well, my partner here tries to figure out what a ball or a strike is. I feel like right at this point we're trying to figure out what a catch is in the NFL. I'm not sure what's happening anymore. There's a strike on the left field line. Out into the outfield. Left fielder Dell cuts it off, hits the cutoff man, keeping that one more time to only a single.
Nice play there. A single sharply hit. Could have been worse. The single, and now we got a runner on with one down. Nice throw to second, a little bit high. Fisher comes over to try to make the play, but stolen base there.
One more time, back that aggressive base running, though. That seems to be a trend for today. Aggressive base running, taking opportunities where they are or may not be, but just taking the risk and going for it. Both teams are trying to put a fire on the base pad. That's a big lead off of second base there. Just tempting that throw behind her, I think, hoping it'll be an error on the throw. That's probably what she was looking for there. Good discipline by our catcher there, not to fire behind her. Second pitch in the dirt. Again, tempting it.
So that one, if I were 13 on second base right there, I probably would have gone for that third base. I mean, that would have been really tempting. She was already halfway there, and that one was low again. So Taylor's got to watch it. Taylor's got to watch it here, because if one gets past her, number 13 on second base could conceivably get around and score. So here we are with one down in the top of the fourth. We got a runner on first. Here's the pitch. A little bit high. So we got runners on first and second. Here's the pitch. That's just foul.
Yeah, that was a big rip.
That was just foul. 2 runs would have scored on that easy.
Yeah, that was a dangerous ball. That was a dangerously hit ball. If that had stayed fair, that would have gone up the hill in left field and could have been dangerous to field. That would have been a little bit difficult for us. So that's a strike instead. That pitch is outside. At this point, it seems as though the runner on second base just doesn't have any fear at all of the arm of our catcher. And every pitch going in, she's just halfway to third. She goes on this one, fires to third. Both runners advance. Maya Humphreys corralling that. A little bit of a high throw there. Time for a bit of a conference here as things have come a bit unraveled here for Taylor in the circle.
Yeah, a little bit, couple low pitches there. If she has another one on this one and it gets past the catcher, a run's going to come in for sure. While we have a little bit of a break in the action, let me remind you of all the great programming from the past and the present, and the stuff that we will film and do film will be shown in the future relative to now. And on NASD TV, on NASD TV archives, check it out, all of the wonderful programming, student-produced programming, great stuff. Check it out. Here's the pitch. Hit high and deep. Hendricks under it. Runner tags. Runner's going to score, but they keep the runner from advancing. 2 outs.
That's a great play by our center fielder there. She backed up on that one, kept it in play. That's Hendricks out there in center field. Looking very, very confident. She backed up on that one. This really made a good, solid effort to hit the cutoff at shortstop, I think it was, and then she fired that in there just to make sure that we did not have any advancement from that runner on second base. Taylor gets that one in there. That's a little bit high. That brings the score to 5-2, but I do have to say, fundamentally, it seems as though Norristown is keeping themselves in this game. With the exception of that
With the exception of that one inning, that could have been a lot worse and would have been had they struck hard. Just foul. That would have been disaster. And that kind of uphill there again coming into play. So the Eagles really do need to be cognizant. Well, I guess everyone playing left field really needs to be cognizant of just the topography of the grade of that hill.
Yeah, Marissa Dell's over there on left field. I'm thankful that today I taught topography because she's in my class, so she knows what's happening over there. Because that slope is definitely dangerous. And here's another ball struck sharply towards right field. Rivera over there getting the put out. That's the first ball I think that's been hit to right field today. It seems as though everything was getting pulled towards left with all these right-handers coming up, but Rivera was ready. She was called into action and she nailed that one. That was a really good job. Eagles get out of that inning only giving up one run, which could have gotten pretty rough. I'm really thinking that we're going to the bottom of the fourth with a chance here.
Yep.
After that big third inning, I think Upper Perk is in trouble.
I don't think anybody in Pac-10 sports here today would have predicted that the 7-1 Upper Perk and the 1-7 Norristown Eagles would be this close in the game, but it is a great game.
She's back in the circle for Upper Perk after being hit around a little bit there in the bottom of that third inning. So she's going back out there, see if she settles down. But this is a good opportunity for I think Norristown again to get some bat on these balls and get into gaps.
The Eagles looking to build on that momentum there in the third, and here we are, bottom of the fourth. Here we go, another. That was a much shorter break between innings that time. The last one was like the half hour. This one was like 35 seconds.
The first pitch is low. Gooch and Taylor are both seem to struggle on their first couple of pitches coming back out of the dugout and then kind of finding their groove. But I definitely think that Taylor has battled more throughout this game and has really kind of fought. Gooch has kind of had her way at times, with the exception of that third inning.
That third inning was not good. There's some definite control issues there. Again, with control, I mean, every time it looks like she's kind of like bringing it back. There it comes again, and a little bit all over the place here today. That was a strike.
There's that floating strike zone again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, from our vantage point here in center field, and with our crew out here with us, that one looked a little bit outside. They're nodding their head, yes.
But again, there seemed to be like these make up for it calls, because that one, which was close, was called a ball, and then I guess that kind of made things right. Almost like I guess in science they would call that an equilibrium. Right? Is that what you
Yes, that is true. I believe the umpire did reach an equilibrium. I was giggling because all I could think of was Rasheed Wallace saying "ball don't lie" after that first ball was called. One.
Not able to turn the double play on that one, but that was pretty close. Hopefully this does not lead to an opportunity squandered. Strike. Yeah, at the knees. That was good. We're gonna go with that one. That one was fine.
That one we totally agree with. At the knees, that was a good pitch.
Motioned and seconded and thirded. That. Oh, hit.
She's hit. That is going to move us to a first and second situation. Humphreys over onto second base there.
We have One out for the Eagles, but we have 2 runners on. That one's hit, popped up.
Third base line. Foul ball. There's definitely a slope over there, even along that third base. So right next to that third base, just past the fence there's definitely a slope. Not nearly as rough as it is in left field, but you can see that slope definitely, I think, threw her off a little bit.
Absolutely, like trying to kind of like navigate over there and figure out where you are. Little rough. Strike. So that's going to bring up a 1-2 count, it looks like. Yeah. Here we go.
Struck strongly.
Yes, drops in.
Humphreys around third. No play at the plate.
No play at the plate. The Eagles have runners on second and third. A runner gets in. It's 5-3, and the crowd is going nuts. And it's still really nice out, and the winds are picking.
It's still gusty. It's still gusty out here.
It's great.
That was Dell's second hit of the game, and again, she is putting in situations where she and this team that is struck solidly to left field. We've been saying it all day. To right field, oh, that ball is just foul. Dave, I just pointed out to you a second ago. They're shading pretty hard to left, and they finally, as the left-hander comes up here, have shifted back to what seems to be a little more normal, and that ball was slapped just along that first base line. That would have scored 2. That ball bounces in there. Ooh, she back to third. She's down, and she is safe. Dell's scampering back to second base as well.
I can't overstate what a great play that was by the catcher on that play. That was fantastic because that had disaster written all over it. That was a close one, a close call there at third.
Yeah, the aggressive base running continues from both teams. They're both putting it all out there. There is nothing being held back. Both of these coaches are sending these young ladies out there to play.
Big cut there that will end the inning, but the Eagles did some damage, picking up 1 there, bringing it to a 5-3 game as we enter the top of the 5th. Let me remind you again that you are watching NASD TV. Let me remind you again that we are at the beautiful Norristown Area High School softball field at Whitehall. And let me remind you again of all the wonderful programming that you can see on NASD TV and the NASD TV archives. Let's say you wanted to watch a football game from 1980. And you said, there's no way that I could do that. Well, I would say to you that there is a way that you could do that. You go on NASD TV archives and you check that out, and you can punch up that game and you can watch it at your leisure on YouTube and on YouTube, because that's where it is. So check out the archives and you're going to be in great shape watching out all of the games. Here we are at the top of the 5th. Norristown making it a great game here. But I have some bad news for you, Mr. Willis. It looks like it's going to be another really long inning break. They seem to alternate. Like sometimes the inning break is 35 seconds. Sometimes the inning break, like this one, it's like 75 or 80 minutes.
Perhaps we're looking for the VAR from soccer, trying to figure out what's happening with that strike zone, because I can't tell. One of these is a strike, next one is a ball, but I think a couple of those last ones definitely needed a VAR. We needed a virtual official to come back in and say that was a strike or a ball.
I know in Major League Baseball, and like for years and years and years, they had really resisted the idea of bringing in some sort of electronic assistant, as you say, to be able to challenge what the umpire is doing in real time. The strike zone here, it's kind of just all over the place. So it's the top of the 5th, and here we go.
In science, if you're looking for a term, it's called nebulous.
Nebulous. Nice cut, but back to the pitcher, and that's going to be 1 down here, the top of the 5th. 1 down. Bit of a improvised wind screen here. All of the gusty winds that we had been talking about and all of their speed. 70 mile an hour wind gusts. Our NASD TV production staff, led expertly by Mr. Doyle, just has given us a powerful tool to use in our fight against the winds.
Dave, we're sitting out here in dead center field. And after that last call of a ball, I definitely threw my hands in the air. Yeah. I'm confused. There's a strike. That's a strike. That one we agree with that one. 2 strikes on the batter. No one on base. Taylor is looking really good this inning right now. I hope I didn't put a jinx on her here, but I hope she gets through this inning nice and clean. That's hit sharply to third base. That is foul. Even the contact Upper Perk is getting right now seems to be not nearly as powerful as it was in those first 3 innings.
No, they're not getting the powerful cuts in that they were, and I think Taylor's control is getting a little bit better, but as you said, Willis, not to put a jinx on it. Ball is hit high, but very playable. Hendricks underneath it.
Confident again, just ranging to her right and just gloving that one easily and firing it back in. That's 2 outs.
Hendricks makes the put out. 2 down. Nobody's on base, and hopefully we can get through this inning unscathed.
Dave, I don't know about you, but the excitement's definitely building here. Norristown is playing very, very hard, staying in this game and showing grit. I definitely think that's the word I'm looking for right now. Is grit. Right?
Absolutely. 2 down, a little bit low. We have a 1-0 count. Here's the pitch, hit sharply to shortstop. Here's the play at first, and the Eagles get him down 1, 2, 3, bringing it to the bottom of the 5th. Down 2 runs, Upper Perkiomen 5. The Norristown Area High School Eagles, 3. I'm waiting for one of my inning breaks here.
Perhaps every other.
Maybe every other one.
That's what it is. Maybe every other it gets a little bit longer. I'm not sure. You know, we're picking it up as we're going along here, but the inning breaks definitely seem longer. I guess every other opportunity they have. Look, we're on TV. Hi.
Oh, we're on. Yeah, there we are.
Hey, how are you?
I'm Dave Fazioni.
I'm Steve Willis.
You're watching NASD TV. And again, in case you didn't hear me, and in case you just tuned in, you can watch all of the wonderful programming on the NASD TV archives. Where else can you watch it, Willis?
You can follow along on Instagram and on Twitter, where we can watch everything from the past and the present.
Not yet the future, but Mr. Doyle and the NASD TV staff is working on a way to bring future programming to you now. This is another long inning break. That's crazy because the last 2 have been really long, and here we go. Now it's finally the bottom of the 5th after like 17 hours.
Is there a chance that we're getting more and more excited, and that's why it seems like it's taking longer?
We want the next inning to happen so much. Yes, that's absolutely
happening. I think that's what's happening. We're getting so we're on our feet at this point, ladies and gents. We were sitting down for the first 3 innings. I'm not sure how that was a strike. I think it rolled up there. But we were so excited right now for our Norristown Eagles that we're on our feet, and I'm really confused how she bowled that ball.
Wait, was that a strike?
It was called a strike. It was almost like it was cricket. I'm not sure what happened. What sport are we playing? Softball or cricket?
As we try to pick up the spare here. Here we go. Sharply hit, and it's in.
That's fair. Runner on first.
Willis goes over to the. Okay, so here's what happened for all of you viewers at home. Willis goes over to the parking lot, and then comes back. And then when he comes back, he's talking to the mic from like 25 feet away, and no one could hear him. But I could hear him, and it was great.
Yeah, I was just saying that the ball drops in, and we got a runner on first base here. Norristown trying to get things going again for the third inning in a row. Norristown trying to get going here and score some runs. Shut him down last inning, the top of the fifth. To even tackle on one run here would be huge going into the sixth and seventh innings.
Upper Perkiomen has shown itself to be very hittable here in this game. Shown itself to be very hittable here in the game, and so we'll see what Norristown does. A 2-0 count.
That one looked a little bit inside. She actually had to back away from the inside of that pitch, and she must have caught the corner. That ball is slapped. It is foul. There's a long wait on that one for it to roll foul. We out here in center field, we are certainly having a hard time determining what the strike zone is, but I'm a little concerned when the batter thinks it's also a ball, and she gets out of the way, and it's still called a strike.
You don't often see that, Steve. Popped up. What a strange series of events.
Yeah, Dave, we were here earlier, and we saw the center fielder out there, and she was firing those balls across from center
like
field.
They're
looking easy out. It looked like our runner on first had gotten herself out of position there. But the ball was mishandled by the first baseman, which allowed for her to get back in there to first. Hey, we'll take it. You know, Norristown.
We'll take it.
Norristown's here. I think that's Taylor up at the plate here,
That's a strike.
trying to help herself out here. She's kept Norristown in this game, settling down after those first two innings. Was it a big second inning or a big third inning they had? I think it was a big third, getting 3 runs. That one poked down the first base line. It is foul.
Yeah, that was that big third inning. And Willis, you just brought something to my attention. Very interesting. It looks like another pitcher is warming up for Upper Perk. Couldn't quite check the swing there, and strikes out. But Norristown still got a runner on. Think we have 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the pitch. That one is inside. Huge shift over.
She makes some contact here. There doesn't seem to be much respect for her power at dead center here.
No, if anything gets over the center fielder's head here, it's going to be an inside the park home run.
If this rolls to the fence, she's in trouble. That's called strike. Dave?
Yeah, it was down the middle.
Yeah, it was definitely. There's contact. It looks like it's going back over the fence.
Almost gets Mr. Davis there in the golf cart. He's over there riding around that golf cart, even given these windy conditions.
Safety first.
Safety first, Mr. Davis. You might want to watch.
Slap.
And it's going to drop.
Whoa. Oh, we're in trouble. We're in a rundown. Isabel Rivera getting kind of caught up on that one.
Caught up in the rundown there. Little bit aggressive rounding second. So that ends the inning for the Eagles, but they made, again, some good contact and still down only 2 runs, bringing up the top of the 6th. A great day here for softball here at the Norristown Area High School campus. The Eagles coming in with definitely with their struggles here in the early goings of the season, but looking here and playing the top of the league, Upper Perk, really close and playing a great game. I don't know that either of us could have anticipated coming into the game that it would have been this close and this hard fought, but the Eagles are certainly making this one of the best games we've seen this season.
Yeah, we certainly were hopeful that they would keep this game competitive, but based on the records and the performance of both of these teams throughout the season, we were hopeful that there would be some excitement here today. The 5-3 is looking really good. Some of our fans over there on the swing set, just taking a little break, hanging out.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Like, it's just fantastic. Everybody's just here having fun at Norristown Area High School, just like hanging out, watching a little softball. It's a great day. Thinking about kind of like the left field slope, and then like how it just kind of, thinking about the foul lines. Looking to get some runners on. They're trying to drop a bunt there.
Yeah, Taylor back in the circle, and she has been challenging every single one of these batters, settling down after giving up those 3 runs in the 3rd, and has really since been challenging every single batter with this ball that's dropping or moving just a little bit. That's a bunt.
Wanted to bunt again, and got her out.
Well played. That was definitely a play that looks like it was practiced many times. Taylor rushing towards the home plate to field it, and who was that over there to field that one for us? That was Fisher. That was Fisher going over to cover first base. Well done by Norristown. Again, fundamentally, Norristown looks very good today in the field.
Trying to bunt again. They just are looking to get some runners on no matter what.
Dave, it's curious to me. The first 4 innings, first 5 innings, Upper Perk was swinging for the fences, swinging hard as he possibly could, trying to find some gas. Now 2 batters in a row, squaring to bunt.
I don't know. This is definitely a different sort of strategy we're seeing here from Upper Perk. They are not swinging away, and Norristown's playing them accordingly. Although outfielders are still playing deep, the infield has moved in just a little bit in response to this new, I guess we'll call it, strategy.
Do you think perhaps Upper Perk's trying to lull them into a little bit of a situation here where they can get a little slap over top here?
Yeah, she took a full swing on that one, so certainly not trying to drop another bunt.
Dare I say, there's a little bit of tension building here.
Yeah, they're warming up another pitcher. Swinging at that one. That was down in the dirt. That was a no doubt about it. I don't know. I think, Steve, as you said, there could be a little bit of tension building up here, and they are looking desperate to put somebody on base.
Yeah, I agree. I think the tension's starting to get to Upper Perk maybe a little bit. We said earlier in the broadcast that if Norristown can hang around just long enough, that the pressure definitely goes Upper Perk with their winning record, their place in the league, and their power ranking in the district. Norristown is the proverbial spoiler here. They're playing with nothing to lose, if you know what I mean. And they're playing very hard.
So with 2 outs here, the pitch is a little bit low, so some control issues coming back here at the top of the 6th. Oh, big swing. Looks like it's going to drop in. Dell fields it. Runner's going for second. Okay. That one was close. And it was, I don't know, getting that throw there just a little bit sooner, she would have had a play there at second. But that still was very close.
Again, that's Alexa Banner, the center fielder. She's, I think she's 3 for 3 today, and each one of them I think has been a double. She has found the number on Taylor here, and she's aggressive on the base paths. That is for sure. And as we said earlier, we saw her warming up, and she's a strong center fielder with a big arm. And had it been for a better catch in the bottom of, I guess it was the 5th, she may have gotten the assist on an out over there. But that ball is struck. Fisher below it, calls it, ends the threat.
Nice play. Aaliyah Fisher again all over the place there at second base, and ends the inning. So we're going to bring up the bottom of the 6th. The Norristown Area High School Eagles are down 5-3. However, given what most of the prognosticators had said about this game, it wasn't supposed to be this close. Norristown has played a hard-fought contest here, leading to one of ultimately the better games we've seen this season. Very well played.
Gooch is still in the circle.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure if they're warming up another pitcher just in case, or if they think Gooch is getting close to a pitch count here that that they may have preset. But she's back in the circle, and she's going to go for it here in the bottom of the 6th.
So we'll see ultimately what that means for Upper Perk, and it's attempts to keep Norristown off the base paths. But Norristown has been aggressive, matching Upper Perk's aggression on the base paths. Sometimes it works. Sometimes, as we saw in the last inning, it doesn't. When the runners get a little bit too aggressive on the base paths, they can sometimes get caught up in a rundown. But listen, if you want to win a game like this, you have to play aggressive. And you have to make sure that when you get a chance to score a run, and when you get a chance to do what you got to do, you run hard, and you put yourself in a position to be able to get that run in. So, bringing up the bottom of the 6th, Norristown's up, and we're underway. Second pitch, a 1-1 count. Big swing there. Just missed it. Nice pitch, though. Sinking a little bit away.
Yeah, Gooch came out in this inning. It looks like she has her good stuff going. Up, and just as I say that, she blows one right by the catcher. That was in the dirt inside. But let's see if she can regain some of that control.
The control here by both pitchers has been inconsistent. Like both pitchers have had their moments, but both pitchers have also kind of been all over the place. And again, these control issues definitely exhibited here in the 6th.
But I definitely have to say this though: Taylor from Norristown has definitely battled back and has fought most of these batters, whereas Gooch seems to get herself in trouble and then gives Norristown an opportunity.
I like what the catcher tried to do there, which is the old, it's 2 feet outside, but I'm gonna pull it back in aggressively so that it looks like as if the pitch had always been there. Lovely attempt, a little bit flawed execution because I think the umpire saw it. Norristown's base runners showing a little bit more discipline here. Upper Perk probably would have gone for it on that low one.
Yeah, that's Maya Humphreys over there on first base. She's playing sharp over at third base for us today. Has been on base a number of times, and maybe being a little more conservative right now, just trying to get this 2 runs. Right, we're down 2. Bottom of the 6th. Time is getting a little bit short. This is not time to be aggressive. It's time to be smart. And it looks like we're going to try and temper our aggression with some good savvy baseball or softball here. That struck sharply down the left field line. Pulled foul.
That was some good solid contact right there. We got 2 balls, 2 strikes here in the bottom of the 6th. Norristown down 5-3, but they have a runner on first. That one's a little bit low. Going to bring up a full count.
I was just going to say, I wonder if this good contact and discipline at the plate is starting to play a little bit with with Gooch's mind. She's struggling to try and find a spot where she can get that strike, even in this nebulous strike zone.
It's strike 3. That was a good pitch right there.
Yeah, that one dropped in on her a little bit and just mistimed it.
That one would have been tough to pass up, and who knows whether or not it would have ultimately been called a ball or a strike. But that one was tempting, and again, some good control, tough to pass up.
Yeah, Norristown is at the plate today, has, since the second inning or so, has really just been pushing the envelope and pushing Gooch here to make consistent good pitches. That was throw down to first base behind Humphreys here, trying to catch her little lollygagging out there, but she's not that kind of a player. She's smart.
Popped up. That one's going to be just behind the cage.
That was a good swing. That was a good pitch to hit.
Here's the pitch. Little bit high.
Yeah, that one was definitely above the belt, so that was a ball. Norristown has a chance here. Contact here.
Nice pitch there. That was a solid strike, and got her swinging. So we have one out here in the 6th. Here goes the runner. Humphreys now on second base with one out.
Is that Fisher on first?
Yes, that is. Take a look. You can't see the number. That looks like it is Aaliyah Fisher there on first base.
If that's the case, if Fisher's on first, does that mean that is Dell coming up the bat?
Yes, Dell is up next, yes.
Dell's had a pretty exciting day. I believe she's 3 for 3 and has made good solid contact on every one of these. And I hate to bring it up right now, but the go-ahead run is at the plate. And that pitch is high.
There was some heat on that one. That was one of the fastest pitches I've seen all day, but high and outside.
Yeah, she definitely reared back on that one to try and get some velocity. But again, it seems as though the harder she tries to throw, the less control she has. But maybe threatened here by Dell at the plate. Throw behind again, behind Humphreys. I think there's a little bit of fear here on Humphreys. They keep throwing behind him.
And it's a 2-0 count. A walk here would be not good. 3-0 count.
Not good for Upper Perk. Great for our Eagles fans.
Great for Norristown.
There's definitely a threat here. Gooch seems to be a little bit fearful here of this batter after she has hit her around today.
With good reason. There's a strike. 3-1. She had a good cut at that one, just missed foul tip. Full count. This one's gone high. And Dell walks.
So perhaps you can see the future on that one.
I knew because I knew that I saw the game before because of NASD TV and its ability to broadcast future events. So I watched what was happening soon then.
I apologize for my earlier doubting of your ability to see the future. I didn't realize that NASD TV was that good, but clearly they are.
Yeah, because I didn't even say this one might be. I said it's going high. Yeah, like I was very confident.
You were very confident. Upper Perk calling a timeout here, maybe making that switch. We saw them warming up earlier. Maybe they're making that switch now. The base is loaded. But certainly this is an opportunity here for Norristown.
They're definitely going to need that timeout. A really, really long break here. This is a very long timeout. This is longer than like a football timeout. In fact, this is longer than Act 1 of Phantom of the Opera. And that's long. I've seen it, and it's a really, really long musical. And this break is longer than that.
Hey, it looks like the new pitcher coming in is Lily Dibble.
Mm-hmm.
She's a right-hander, so let's see what she can do. She looks like she's firing some pitches in there with some really, really good velocity. There's 2 outs. You know, left-hander up at the plate here. Gooch has been switched out to right field. First pitch from Dibble is the ball. There's a ball.
There we go. A walk here would also be not good for Upper Perk and good for Norristown.
There's that low strike again. The umpire has been consistent with that low strike. With the lefty up here, I don't think we're going to see that curious outside. That one bounces in. She loses the ball.
If that was wise to not go. It's so tempting, but that was wise to not go. Good restraint on the part of the Eagles.
Yeah, that's discipline. Knowing yourself and knowing your ability there. Humphreys knowing also with the pitcher coming into the circle and the bases loaded. You know, this is a hard switch for her to walk into, and she's going to force her to throw strikes, not give her the easy out. That was a smart move by Humphrey not to run. That's outside.
3-1 count. No, it's a walk, and that walks in a run.
And that is 5-4, ladies and gentlemen. 5-4.
The pitching change has not produced the intended result, and Norristown has the bases loaded with 1 out.
I still think that Dell's Day at the plate played a major role there in Gooch's frustration at her last at bat, and now we're kind of seeing the ripple effect of that. Dell's had a good day on the plate and a good day out in left field, battling the hill, the topography over there, and the breeze is carrying everything over there at 70 miles per hour. So hopefully here, the Eagles can score one more run here. I mean, the go-ahead run now is on second base.
All right, that's 2 down for the Eagles. And that brings up, it's like number 26, Bailey Hendricks. Oh, man. A shot down the first base line, just foul. That would have cleared the bases.
That would have cleared the bases, and that would have sent us into euphoria out here.
We would not have been able to contain ourselves any more than these 70, 80, 90 mile an hour winds.
Yeah, that literally would have been a mic drop as we were screaming and yelling. Slap towards third.
Oh.
Dell sliding into third, trying to get there safe. 5-4, ladies and gents.
Top of the 7th. Top of the 7th. 5-4 game. Beautiful weather. Willis and Fazioni at the mic. Doyle and Kinsey on the camera. Beautiful day. I said it again. The grass is looking great. The winds are feeling good. 72 degrees. It's a perfect day for softball. Not that you could fully experience how beautiful it is watching it at home as we can here being out in it. But boy, oh boy, is this a great day for softball. And you know what it's also a great day for? If you wanted to, go on to the NASD TV archives and watch some of the games from the past. The games, the events, the musicals, the highlights, anything you wanted to see, all that and more. Go to YouTube. go to the NASD TV archives and check it out. You can also check out NASD TV. And where else, Mr. Willis, can you check out NASD TV?
You can check out NASC TV on Instagram. You can also check them out on Twitter right now, which if you want to see another image of us, it's on Twitter right now. They've posted that. We're getting some texts from former students who are actually on Twitter following NASC TV right now.
So they're watching the game right now. They're not really watching the game right now, but they're thinking about the game right now, and they'll be watching it soon. As opposed to me, who watched it then because of NASD TVs and not my ability to see the future.
Whatever you do, no spoiler alerts like that last bit.
No spoiler alerts. Gotcha. No spoiler alerts needed. We are on the edge of our seats. In fact, we don't even have our seats anymore. We are standing up right at the fence in center field. Mr. Doyle at the camera. Mr. Willis here ready to call some exciting sports action. And Mr. Fazioni now currently speaking. Here's the pitch. Inside. Almost. That was close.
Yeah, Taylor's still in the circle for Norristown. She has battled, to say the least. She has certainly given everything that she could today for these Upper Perk Indians, giving them a hard time, changing up the speed, location. Struck strongly to left field. Dell fielding. Gets it back into the shortstop fast enough to hold them at one base there. Runner on first. No outs for the Indians here.
All right. Got to get that one back. We'd like a nice double play here to put a stop to this. Runner on, no outs, little bit high.
Yeah, definitely a little off speed on that one. Trying to get her out in front, maybe trying to get her to slap that one down into the dirt.
Taylor really calming down after that third inning, holding Upper Perkiomen scoreless since then. Really having some good control. Ball's hit. This is a double play. No, it's not. My ability to see the future was stopped only by, I guess,
Morgan Lindsay.
Yeah.
Morgan Lindsay had a really nice slide there as going into second base, which really thwarted Fisher's attempt there to try and get that turn.
Couldn't quite turn the double play. Good call.
Yeah, it was a good slide by her, a good tactical slide. It wasn't dirty. It was a nice play on her part to make sure that the double play wasn't turned. But a good out needed there. Runner on first. Here comes the pitch. Struck sharply, but foul.
Just foul. That one was just foul, but the Eagles are playing a great game and playing some solid defense here today. 5-4 here, top of the seventh. Popped up. No, single. Some miscues here. Out at second, but the runner scores. It's 6-4. So Upper Perk does get a run there. That looked like it was in play, and it looked like it could be fielded at first. However, drops in for what should have ended as a single, what tried to get stretched as a controversial double, what ended as a run.
Yeah, but again, that aggressive base running from Upper Perk, it went away in the sixth, and it showed itself there.
Yep.
While the out happened at second base on Rivera's throw, there was definitely that aggressive base running, rounding third on that bloop, and just challenging her arm and seeing if she was going to throw home or not. But throw home resulted in not being the out. So run scores down 6-4. Is that 2 outs?
2 outs.
Slap sharply to third as foul.
Again, just foul. They're getting some good cuts in, but this is 6-4. That run hurts a little bit, but Norristown's bats have come alive. So we'll see what happens in the bottom of the seventh, provided we can close out the inning. That puts another runner on. It's a sharp single hit to left field.
Yeah, good play out there by by Dell again, getting the ball back in quickly, limiting them to that one run. The aggressive base running from Upper Perk is impressive. They were consistent throughout the game with the aggressive running. The only lull we saw was those 2 attempted bunts in the 6th, which I think may have been used to try and lull Norristown sleep a little bit, get a blooper in, which happened here on top of the 7th. Taylor still battling every way. That's a bunt. That's down. Can Taylor get it over to first base?
Oh no, that.
Go home. Nope. Fisher running that ball back in. Fisher runs that ball back in to really impede the runner from going all the way to the home plate, rounding third. That's Sierra Fretz from Upper Perk on third now, and Kelsey Bernhardt on second. That ball slapped back to the pitcher, Taylor.
Ending the inning and giving up only 1. Bringing us to the bottom of the 7th. Upper Perk 6, Norristown 4 here at NASD TV.
Now, Dave, we did see a lot of those live bats in the bottom of the 6th. We saw Humphreys, we saw Dell in the bottom of the 6th give us those scoring opportunities. So we're going to have to see the proverbial, see who's going to step up here and try and get on base and close this 2-run gap.
The Eagles need some base runners. They need them now. All right, here we go. As there are 7 innings, and this is the bottom of the 7th inning, this is the last chance for our Eagles here to strike. We need some base runners. We need them now. The Eagles in the last couple innings have been playing really well. They've been getting runners on, and they've been getting runners home. So, Steve, let's see what we can do.
Yeah, Upper Perk sending Dibble back out there into the circle again to face this hungry lineup of the Eagles here. They're going to try and just get on base, right? It's going to try and get on base. Is that Taylor up there at the plate?
Taylor, that ball was fast, inside, ball 1.
Taylor's been aggressive in their circle today. She's been aggressive at the plate as well. She's been fighting the entire day. That's a big hack. Oh.
Great pitch, right down the middle. Yeah. Fast. She took a good cut, but that was a great pitch.
Yeah, that one looked like it tailed off a little bit at the end there. Just threw Taylor off a little bit. Let's see if she can kick up this one. She is just gunning them down there right now. She is with she's pitching with bad intent. Yeah. There is some serious aggression coming out. There's fire coming out of her hand right now.
And strikes her out. So that's 1 down for the Eagles here in the bottom of the 7th. Strike. Fouled off. Fouled off here. It's going to be an 0-2 count.
She's definitely battling up there. 0-2 count, just swinging away, staying alive. The infield has definitely pinched in. They're only a few feet off of the infield there. This bloops over top. She can get multiple bases. Again, just battling up there, challenging Dibble to keep throwing the heat down the middle here. If she catches up with one of these and it gets over the outfield's head, she's going to get multiple bases out of it because there is plenty of green out here.
Upper Perk's definitely playing it in close. That one's a little bit high. 2 strikes here, 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Blows it by her, strikes out the 2nd batter of the inning. This is the Eagles' last chance here in the bottom of the 7th. A little bit high. Another break. Looks like the umpire's checking the bat for the safety purposes, I guess. I don't know why. I guess how much aluminum is in it.
So it's not a pine tar situation.
Right. Yeah, you wouldn't have like pine tar on an aluminum bat. Here we go. Strike 2. It all comes down to this, ladies and gentlemen. Strike 3. That does it for the Eagles here today. However, it was a hard-fought contest. And really, I guess we could not have expected the quality of the game we saw here today.
No, it was certainly exciting. The Eagles played their hearts out against a very, very good team from Upper Perk. As we mentioned before, they are ranked pretty high in the 5A standings, and that is for sure a great job.
The Eagles played really hard today, and even though they lost 6-4, the dominant Upper Perk team that the Pac-10 Sports had predicted would come in here and just roll to victory, that didn't happen. And what instead happened was a hard-fought contest and a great spirited game by the Eagles. What a good game.
Yeah, both coaches meeting with their teams out here in the outfield. Hopefully giving them some really positive feedback for the Eagles. They showed a lot of heart today, and they showed what they're actually made up of. They could have very easily said Upper Perk is a really great team. They're going to walk in here and they're going to do what they do. They're going to win. But I think they definitely showed that it wasn't going to happen in their house.
Right.
They made sure that they played really, really hard today, and they gave Upper Perk everything they could handle. I think Taylor in the circle played really, really well. Plays by multiple players on the team. Dell, Fisher were really exceptional today. Humphrey's got a couple great hits and opportunities on base. Rivera had a great play there at the end. I think it was a good team effort. You know, they supported each other throughout this game and gave Upper Perk a really good game.
And even though Norristown falls 6-4 today, still the quality of that effort and the momentum is something definitely that can be built on. So if they take that momentum into their next contest, good things are going to start happening here for Norristown. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching NASD TV. I'm Dave Fazioni, and here with Steve Willis, it's been our distinct pleasure to bring you a great afternoon of softball, and we'll see you soon. Until then, keep on watching. Check out the NASD TV and the NASD TV archives. And where else, Steve? One more time.
Instagram and also on Twitter.
Ladies and gentlemen, have a good one.